Hi and welcome to Yoga with Becs. This is Herniated Disc Building Block 3 Expansion. I'm Becca and today I'm in Mexico. Spinal-Safety awareness is practice does not have any forward flexion or twisting. Please do the description below before starting. Now grab your mat and let's find your space. Will you please join me standing on your mat and mountain? Let's take a few minutes to breathe here. Find some expansion in our spine. You can close your eyes, find the grounded in your feet. Rising up tall. Finding space in your spine. If your eyes are closed, you can gently open them now. Let's come to the front of our mats. We're going to do mountain 1. I'm going to take a big step back with my right foot, a step that's wider than hip distance apart. I'm going to try and keep my hips facing forward as best as I can. My heels are aligned. My back foot is tilted in on a diagonal to help me with my hips. So hips twisted forward, bend the front knee, find strength in those legs, pressing the mat apart, bring my arms up overhead, palms touching. If you're comfortable here, you can look up at your hands. Let's expand up, finding space in the spine, lightly pressing that back foot into the ground, all four corners of the back foot into the ground. Twist those hips forward. Let's hold for 1 and 2 and 3. I'm going to straighten my front leg, keep my arms up. I'm going to twist around the other side. So my back foot's going to really come in. What was my back foot is now my front foot's going to point forward to my new front of the mat. Make sure your heels are still aligned, twisting my hips forward towards my other leg, pressing that back foot into the ground, bend my front knee, and expanding up through the spine. Deep breaths here. Let's hold for 1, pressing the mat apart, and 2, and 3, and then straighten that bent leg. Swing back around to the front of your mat and bring your arms down. And feet together. Take a breath here. Let's come into dancer's pose. Standing up tall, and my right arm out, palm facing out. My right knee is going to bend, bring my right foot up, grab a hold of my foot from the inside. So expanding up tall, really get a strong connection between my foot and my hand. I'm going to use that connection, really pressing each into the other to slightly bring my back leg up. And as my back leg comes up, my upper body will start to come forward. My front arm is going to come parallel to the ground. I'm expanding. Use your core to balance. Beautiful. And then nice and steady, come back up to standing. Other side. I'm going to switch around. Left hand out this time, palm facing out. Expanding up through the spine. I'm going to grab a hold of my left foot from the inside. I'm going to find my balance. Really press my foot into my hand to my foot. Use that connection to bring my back leg up. And as that comes up, my upper body will start to move forward. My front arm will come up parallel, and we'll hold here. Keep breathing. Find that connection in the back leg, pressing up and out. One more deep breath. And nice and slow and steady, come back up to standing. Beautiful. Take a moment in mountain, feet together, to breathe. And let's come down onto the mat, onto our knees for camel. Let's come down carefully, down through a split squat. And bring the knees together. And let's do camel pose. So my knees are hip width apart, my legs are out behind me, hip width apart, feet are relaxed, top of the feet are on the ground. I'm going to start by bringing my hands to my lower back, fingers facing down, pinkies touching. The first camel I'm going to do is kind of like a half camel. I'm not going to go all the way down. I'm going to focus on pushing my hips forward, engaging my core, keeping my chin tucked in, and I'm going to expand my front body and gently lean back. So hips pressing forward, use that core, span through the shoulders. Let's hold here for 1, leaning back, and 2, and 3, and then gently coming back up to center. So if that was enough for you, please do that again. This time I'm going to come all the way back, hands onto my heels for a deeper extension. So let's start again. Hands in the same spot on the back, shoulders are wide, elbows are behind me. Engage my core, find space in my spine, and press my hips forward, press them forward, 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 as I bend my back until I can reach my hand down to grab my heel, other hand down. Once I got that connection, again, press the hips forward. And from here, you can let your head hang back. I'm going to hold for 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Bring your hands back to your low back. Gently come up, bring your neck up slowly. Beautiful, excellent expansion. And from here, let's come down to all fours. Sit back a little bit as you come down onto your hands. I'm gonna walk my feet back one at a time. Take your time here. Walk my knees back. We're gonna come into upward dog. So I wanna back my knees back far enough as if I was in like a nice elongated child's pose. But I'm not going in child's pose. From here, I'm gonna press my palms and fingers firmly into the ground. Bring my tops of the feet onto the ground. Lift my knees up. Strengthen, lengthen through my legs. Open up forward with my chest. Widen those shoulder blades. And let my hips hang down with gravity. So my palms and my hands and fingers are touching. Also my feet are touching the ground. I'm strong through the shoulders. Relax through the hips. Let's hold for 1, and 2, and 3, and lower the knees down. You can bring your butt back a little bit here. You can extend it to all fours just to release the low back. And we're going to do that once more. So I'm going to come forward, shift my weight into my hands, lift my knees up, weight into the tops of the feet, Let the hips hang open up to the chest, widen the shoulder blades. Make sure I'm not crunching through there or looking forward. Let's hold for 3 counts. For 1 and 2 and 3 and lower the knees down. Beautiful. Come back onto our knees. So from all fours, we're going to come all the way down to do fish pose. So engage your core, come down through chaturanga, and we're going to roll over. We're going to roll over onto our backs. So for fish pose, I'm going to extend my legs out straight. Arms are by my sides, just tucked a little bit underneath. Just a tiny bit. Straighten those legs. Palms pressing into the ground, elbows pressing into the ground. And using that forearm, we're going to arch our back. Come up, 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 up. As far as you can come up. Until you can try and rest the top of your head on the mat. So keeping those shoulders from crunching, shoulder blades wide, extending out through the legs, relax the legs. And resting on the top of your head, but putting a lot of weight into your forearms there. You shouldn't have any pain in the neck here. Let's hold for 1 and 2 and 3. Pressing into the forearms, lifting the head up. Coming back down to the ground. Resting your head on the ground. Take a deep breath here. And one more time. Pressing into those forearms and the palms. As you arch your back up, you're going to shift your legs a little bit away from you. Come up as far as you can, and then rest the head down, top of the head on the mat. Let's hold for 1. Keep pressing into the elbows, arching into the back. And 2. Opening up through the throat. And 3. Pressing into those forearms to come up a little bit to release the head and extend and lie back down. Beautiful. After those deep back bends, we're going to do dead bug. Please be a little careful of dead bug. Be mindful if this may or may not be okay for you to do. And start bringing your feet onto the mat, knees bent. We want to get our hips pressed firmly onto the mat. So hips on the mat. I'm going to bring my legs in, knees in as far as I can. Now, throughout this exercise, I want to keep my hips on the ground as best as I can. So I'm going to bring my feet up as if I want to step on the ceiling, step on the sky, walk on the ceiling. I'm going to grab hold of my feet from the outside of each foot, my hand. And I want to pull my knees into my underarms. That is the goal. Keeping my hips as connected to the ground as possible. So feet pressing up, pulling those feet down. Let's hold for 1. Hips on the ground, and 2. Opening up through the groin, and 3. And release. Beautiful. Bring those feet down. Let's just do a little swing with the knees here. Feet on the mat, knees swing a little side to side, release. And we're going to end in Crocodile. Let's come back over onto our stomachs. Take your time, move nice and carefully for your back. Bring your hands in front of you, elbows are bent. Make a little pillow with your hands for your head. Rest of your body is extended out, stretched, relaxed. And take a few breaths here in Crocodile. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please come and check out my Instagram as well. The link is below. And if you're following the building block playlist, the next video does start on Crocodile, so I will see you there. Have a beautiful day.